another day, another TV sitting on the street. This is one of those cheap Funai made sets, sold under the Sylvania name, which is what this one is. The Magnavox name, Emerson name, all decent brands of the past when they were Japanese and American made, but now they're just names like Polaroid and RCA and all that. So I brought it home. Looked like a dog had freshly pissed on it, like my other Vizio that I picked up not long ago. Cleaned that off, it was fresh. It's disgusting. Plugged it in, makes an awesome hissing sound coming out of the power supply, so we've definitely got a power supply problem. But it did turn on, and it gave me a picture. The screen's not broke or anything. It's a 32 inch. I think it's a model number LC320SLX or something like that. And I turned it back off immediately because with the power supply making that kind of noise, I don't want to damage it any further than it already is. Unfortunately, like most TVs, they don't leave the remotes with them. So let's plug it in and see what it sounds like real quick, and then we'll pull the back off and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. Alright, I just got the camera sitting here in front of the TV so I can plug it in. Hear that buzz when it first plugged it in. Now it's sitting on standby. Ew. Ew. But look, the screen works. Listen to this power supply. And then I just turned it off. So, yeah. Let's get the back off of it. I'm hoping it's something as straightforward as just the capacitors going bad. It's causing the power supply to be a little bit out of tolerance. It's got a HDMI, 3 HDMIs I believe. HDMI, S-Video composite, USB port for firmware upgrades. 2 more HDMI back here. RF, which it looks like they used, looking at the threads. Audio inputs for HDMI 1 according to the sticker here. Composite input, or component input, excuse me. And stereo audio out. Let's see. There's the model information. LC320SLX is the model number. It's made June of 2009 and it's already basically dead. CRTs live for years. I just put up a video the other day, or yesterday, of the 32 inch. Right there. Bam. Thought I got hooked to my retro stuff. It's almost 20 years old. Still functions. Alright, let's see if we can get the back off. There's screws everywhere. I believe this is one of those TVs that you gotta lay it down. Otherwise it'll fall flat on its face and you'll have a broke screen. So let me get the tripod out. I'll pull the back off of it and we'll see if we can figure out what's going on. I got the service manual for it with the schematic. So alright. Yeah, this was certainly a smoker seat, or smoker's TV. Tasty. Wonder if I rolled that up and put it on paper and smoked it, if it would be just as good as a cigarette. And I don't smoke, it's disgusting. Not hating on y'all people who do, I just preferably don't like it. Alright, so I got all the screws out. Why does it need that many screws for a 32 inch TV? Ain't no need in it. I assume you can just pop it open. Or just one of these clip together jobs. Yeah, let me investigate. This may be a clip together TV. The Visios are that way. You can pull all the screws out and then you still have to pop the sides of the case on the corners to get it to come loose. Alright, so we got the back off of this Sylvania Funai made turd. And lightning victim. You can clearly see this filter cap. The top of it is melted. The wrapper is gone on the back side. We also have right here, change the camera angle a little bit. Right here on the top edge here, we have a blown resistor. According to the schematic, it should be a 180 ohms, and the one above it is 200 and I believe 70 ohms. I checked it; it comes in at 270 ohms. Meter in here. Now if I check across this, see if we just get open. Yeah, so basically it's just wide ass open. Just check it the other direction, just for giggles. Hey, it looks like we're open. Check the one above it. Should be 270 ohm and we're getting 268. That's well within tolerance. This one below it, that's blowed up right here, this should be 180 according to the schematic. What's that measuring? 3 mega ohms, I believe. Yeah, it's measuring 3 mega ohms, so it's it's torched. So the other problem we have with this, if we come over here to the inverter board, the inverter cap has also been torched. As you can see, so it got hot. The way it works is the AC line comes in, goes through your fuse, which it didn't blow the fuse somehow or another. Got a couple of resistors and some caps here, and you have one of your big main filter caps, but then it just jumps raw AC over here. Instead of having one power supply that does it all, like in a normal LCD or TV or whatever, they literally just jump the line over and have a whole nother power supply over here that drives the inverter board circuitry. Super strange. Now, I had one of these sets a while back and I ended up landfilling it. I think it had a cracked LCD panel. Should have kept the boards out of it because, oh, and right here it got hot. This resistor network has gotten toasty right in there. I haven't checked any of those to see if they're in spec or not, but they're not completely burnt up. So now what's weird is this set will turn on as it is. So it'll turn on and run, and it'll give you an image. I think I'll show that in the beginning of this video. And the power supply squeals like a little banshee the entire time it's running. Mostly due to the fact that I believe this is probably dead shorted or extremely leaky considering how hot it's gotten. There's no telling what else might be damaged in here, but the fact that it runs leads me to believe that some of this is still in good shape. If you look at the schematic, this resistor up here that burnt is supposed to go into the error detect circuit for the voltage, but it's not triggering it into shutdown, which is extremely strange. I don't know, this is just a cheap ass design. It's just a weird design. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I have, the only thing I kept out of that other TV, and I should have kept all of it, was the other inverter board, which as you can see, while not exactly identical, if I just lay them there, while not exactly identical, the power supply sections over here are. So this cap I can pull and put in here. Now, even though this is some Joe Blow's brand of cap, you know, whoever the hell made them. I mean, it's only rated for 85C, and it's sitting next to a heatsink. But that cap's probably still good. I think this whole board was good. I did take some parts off of it. I have no idea what I did with them or what I use them for. But I can use that cap, and then I think I got to look in my meter, and right in there is a 180 ohm resistor, so I can recycle the resistor and this cap off of this old inverter board. What I'm going to have a problem with, and I guess I'll have to order one from DigiKey or Mauser, or one of them, is ordering this cap. I got to looking, and these caps are about $3 to $4, and I'm going to have to try to pay another $2 to $3 shipping on it. So, you know, $6 or whatever, which ain't bad. And hopefully that's all that's, you know, damaged. Maybe keep it from squealing. Because right now it's a fire hazard to let it run. I mean, it doesn't get hot, but I guarantee you this is shorted. This one over here is probably shorted, even though everything comes up and the screen works. I was also looking on shopjimmy.com, and I don't really like to do board swaps all that much. I did it in the past with some Visios, which I have videos of. You know, I like to repair what I have, like the $10 Craigslist Vizio that I fixed with a bad volt regulator, which I'm looking at right now. It's right over there. But they have this board. They have like 180 of them in stock right now. They have this whole board for, I think it's like $20 plus shipping. And I've ordered, I think I ordered a power supply for them for my Sony Bravia. Because for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why that one wouldn't work. I don't have an ESR meter, and not having an ESR meter makes testing capacitors a pain in the ass. You know, and they put the cheapest of cheap capacitors in these. Even Sony does. I mean, it's insane how bad Sony's quality's gotten. All they care about is PlayStation. So I'll probably have to order this. Hopefully these big old transformers, I think that's the primary power transformer there. These big resistors, I believe, are still okay. This was a smoker set too. It stinks. Does not smell good at all. I haven't pulled this board to look on the back yet. Hopefully nothing on the back is toast. I don't think anything back here is toast on this one because it lights the screen up. The screen comes up, brings you up to HDMI 1 or whatever. But when you order this, it comes with a whole unit. There's this main board here. There's another, it's off frame because the camera's sitting above it, but there's a AV ports board that comes with it. And I think this board down here in the front, which has the IR sensor and all that, I believe comes with it. Not 100% sure on that. Alright, so did a little bit of stuff today. Pulled the capacitor off my spare inverter. Pull that capacitor off spare inverter, put it on the inverter in this set. Pull the 180 ohm resistor out of here off this inverter and put it on the power supply board where our Other 180 burn up. Let's see. Probably won't focus on it, but that's our 180 that's smoked, as you can tell. Thankfully I have the schematics for this TV, courtesy of the guys at badcaps.net. Good website, y'all should check it out. And so I swapped in another 180 there. This is our 470 microfarad 200 volt filter capacitor. That's as you can tell, that got quite toasty. And what I'm going to do, I've been discussing it with a buddy of mine, and I think we're at an agreement. This is basically just a line filter, is all it is. And what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this old Bestech power supply. Actually, still perfectly good power supply. All the caps and everything in it are still good, as best I can tell. I mean, they're like Cap Exxon or something. You know, these Bestechs are guaranteed to blow the hell out of something at some point, but this was managed to survive all these years. But these two filter caps here on the AC line coming in, these filter caps here are 560s at 200. Now they may be too tall to do what I want to do with them. I don't know if the case will go back on. They're not that much taller, but it's a little bit taller. I'm sorry, this might be out of frame a little bit. Alright. What I want to do is take this one of these 560s out and put it in place of this old 470. It's only about 90 volt or 90 microfarads difference in the capacitance rating, but it runs at the same 200 volts. So I'm thinking it'll work just fine, because I'm being a cheap ass. Something you can't do though, like this one here, I pulled out of an old computer monitor. This is like a 330 at 400. Wouldn't work because you're going down in capacitance, and you don't really want to go that high in voltage. Like a 200, you can go to 250 or 3 maybe, but 400 is a little high. And then this is the capacitor I pulled off of the inverter board. It's a LS brand or whatever, HEC something or other. It's a 270 at 200. And the other inverter that I had out of the Magnavox, or the Emerson TV, it's the exact same capacitor because it's the same boards basically. Let my iron get warmed up here. And what I want to do is pull one of these out and put it in, or put it here and test. If it blows up, it blows up. It was a TV on the street. Like I said earlier in my previous parts of this video, this whole board is like $20 if I get it from Shop Jimmy. I think the inverter is like $25. The other thing I did notice while we're waiting for here for a minute is the zoom in. Is these resistors here. When I was putting the cap in, I flipped the board over to put it in or whatever. But I was inspecting these, and the solder joints on a lot of them were cracked. You could see little circles around them. So I went back in and reflowed all the solder on those. And then there's our capacitor that I pulled off the other board. So let's see if this will work. Get rid of all this squeal. I think that's why it's squealing, is because of the capacitor being bellowed up. I am amateur. What does I can't remember his name now. Great YouTube channel. I like to watch him a lot. But he's always talking about how he's a professional amateur on a closed course or whatever. It's pretty much exactly what I am. Put a little flux on here. Have this old cheap Chinese crap flow. tried my desoldering iron, and normally it works pretty good, but with this old ROHS compliant crappy solder, it didn't do too well. That's why I wish I had one of them badass Heiko 808s, which I think I heard the other day they quit making, which is kind of sad. It's pretty toasty. Let's see if we can rock this bad boy out of here. It's got this glue crap all over it too, which doesn't help things at all. Breathe in them fumes. Come on out. And there's our cap. This stuff is nasty, man. When it gets older, it gets brittle like that, and it'll start to conduct, and you'll get all kinds of shorts and stuff. So yeah, this is a 560 at 200. So maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know. The holes are not exactly the same width, so that might be a trouble. Keep this power supply though, because if it doesn't work, I can put the cap back in there maybe. Wait a minute. Get all that out the way. Get this board over here. So we replaced our resistor there. Right there. That was the one that got toasted. Now I want to try and fit that capacitor in here. The width of this may be too big. I don't know. Gonna have to see what I can come up with. Pretty heavy capacitor. Always want to make sure your positive and negative is correct. On this board, the dot is negative. Plus, of course, you've got the markings. So yeah, it looks like the holes are not going to be wide enough. But it looks like there's some more holes here. I might actually be able to put here and there. Looks like it was made where you could use either size capacitor. Yep, that's exactly what they did. So we're going to try that. And of course we can get it to stay in there. I gotta, of course, touch it up, but what did I do with my meter? Where's my meter? Should have probably done this first. I want to check and make sure these are electrically the same. looks like they designed it where they could use whatever cap they had. So here to here should be the same, and from here to here should be the same. From there to there should not, and from there to there should not. Take some of our 6040 here. Good. So that'll be that. Now the big question is, that's pretty tall compared to what was in there. So the question will be, will the back of the TV go on? It's probably about ½ inch taller. So I don't know if the shell of the TV will go on or not. It might. Guess we'll find out. This part of the shell is taller than this part of the shell, so I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? It could smoke. Alright, let me unplug my iron, let it cool off, because we've done all the other work. And we'll set this back in there and see what it does. Alright, good thing about tile floors, you put your irons down there and you gotta worry about catching something on fire. Like I say, if this don't work, oh well, it was a free TV off the street. It's what I like to call training material. Helps better your skills and soldering and all that. And yeah, this noise I got the air conditioner on, it's toasted down here. Set this up here. Slide this back down. Alright, one more inspection. You can tell they didn't give a damn when they made these. Some of this is residue from the smoker who owned it, but a lot of this, like all in here, that's all what you call it, rosin residue. A ton of it up here in the corner, it's all rosin residue. They didn't wash these boards with it down because they didn't care. These TVs are made to run and throw away. Tell them resistors have been getting warm. Just set of resistors here. It looks like they've been getting toasty, but the solder joints look okay. Thankfully none of these ICs are blowed. If you get blowed IC, unless you're really good at SMD like this one for instance, it's time to just go get a new one. Man, look at that. It's just disgusting. See all that residue. Anyways. Just checking something on my tablet real quick. So right there where I got my finger, that is the capacitor that we just changed. It's just tied to ground, and then it just feeds over to the inverter. So I don't think 90 microfarads capacitance difference, you know, going up 90 is going to change anything. And then again, who knows? It may smoke. So we can round up some of our screws here. Put that back in there. All that is a I say these are strange ass design TVs. So your main board's here, alright, but your tuner and your analog inputs and your one digital, I believe this is actually an output not an input, is all on your power board. Really damn weird design. I don't know. Magnetic screws. I'll have to look at my photo, but I think there should be a screw here. Should be one here. Look how flimsy this is. You can take one of them Vizios. Now Vizio, some people love them, some people hate them. I like Vizio, but now in the newer sets it's going to be cheap. But in the older sets, it wasn't all that. I actually put some metal on them. Consult my picture. Always take pictures of stuff like this when you're working on it. That way you can remember where things go. You can go so far as the video, I can play the video back like I'm doing here. Okay, so screw here, screw here. No screw here because the case panel goes on. No screw here. And of course there's nothing to go there. Should be one here, one there. Oh, 50 main screws. That's all those. So we got to reconnect the ribbons. I hate working with these cables because if you break them, you're pretty much screwed. This one in. speakers. This is a front control interface, the IR. This one, which connects back to here. Connect that one back. Way out here on the end, we gotta connect our. This one uses lamps, not LEDs. We gotta connect all of our lamps back up. I think that's all of it. I guess we can smoke test it, huh? Let's see, where's my power cord? Smoke test, it'll either blow up or it won't. Well, I don't hear any whining, so that's a good sound. Remember before we had it whine like crazy. So let's unplug it temporarily. Don't have any squealing. Didn't get hot. Didn't get hot. Didn't get hot, so that's a good sound. Or a good thing. And what I want to do. Well, the capacitor's holding a charge because it's unplugged and the standby light's still on. You can still see all the dog piss running down the front. That's terrible. Alright, I'm going to plug it back in. Okay, I heard the power supply that time. It's not squealing. We got a red light. Let's hit the power button. And looks like we have a picture. Y'all see the HDMI on it? Right there, HDMI 1. You can see the back lights are on. The only thing I hear, and y'all won't hear it because of the air conditioner and stuff, but the primary power is pretty much quiet. So the only thing I hear is the coils vibrating on the inverters. So I think we got this one whipped. Now the question is, will the panel fit back on the back of it? Capacitor's cold to the touch, which is what we want. That capacitor's cold. Do not touch these heat sinks, they're hot. So we'll get shocked. Power it off. You can hear the inverters quit whining, so that's quite awesome. Someday I'll get me one of those better cameras with a remote and all that. Alright, so I'm going to see if the back cover will fit. I don't know if it will. If it won't, I'll have to order one of these. If it will, then I'm leaving it alone. Alright, got the panel, the case back on it. I couldn't put one screw in, and that's because that capacitor we put in for the filter is so tall that it causes the case to bulge out just a little bit on the back. So, excuse me, that one little screw right there won't go back in. Don't care. She's up, she's running, she's pulling in my channels. I got connected to my antenna. Little redneck antenna. And nice and quiet. The only buzz you hear is from the inverters, and that's normal. So now I gotta go and clean all the cigarette smoke. Look at that. Cigarette smoke. Smoker TV. Get her picture up here on it just a second. So I'll have to find a remote for it, but see how long this repair lasts. Probably last until something else blows up in it, but I'm pretty sure it was a lightning hit. I mean, you don't get damage like this. You don't get this kind of damage unless it's lightning. And this is the primary filter on the inverter, wasted. This is the primary filter off of the power supply, wasted. And then this little bitty guy right here, this little tiny 180 ohm resistor was completely smoked. This was in the, I believe, the 33 volt section. Since these use weird ass voltages compared to normal televisions. Of course, LED, I haven't even worked on an LED set yet. The biggest problem with those is people drive the LED power supply. They drive the LEDs wide ass open, torch mode, which is what they call it for stores. Like when you go to a store, TVs are really bright. They put them on torch mode so that they pop in a big building with a lot of lights in it. At home, you don't want to run them that high. So I always tell people who get LED TVs, turn it down as low as you can stand it. So like my Visios, which are, you know, they're like this, they're the backlit, you know, CCL or compact fluorescence, cold cathodes. I always run them as low as I can stand. It's like the Vizio that I repaired the other day, and all my Vizios, I usually run them anywhere from 50 to 30. So I prefer right around 30.
I sold my dream house
there we go.
to buy
We got
my
a
first
picture on it.
Domino's store. I built my store with my bare hands.
I use my college savings to buy my store. It means everything to me.
But we've decided to tear them down.
Boy, look at the compression. Ugh. Can't stay on any of this very long because we will get flagged for it.
Let's have a letter. 8.
Oh, you can really see the compression on this TV.
Three-quarters of what it takes to replace it.
You just need to learn how to drive better. That's all you need to learn how to do.
Shake It produces a snowstorm falling on a coyote poised to win a wood.
Not right now, Matt. That's why we're here.
Yeah, for the love of God, Mom, tell me. $1,000 a year in the private sector to one.
Gonna have to dig around in the menus and see if this thing has any sort of
I never do what people expect.
filtering. Whoa, boy, you can see all the compression.
New comedy tonight.
Steak.
That's not taking care of a baby. There's a switch. Is there a few of you?
This is a terrible panel. Maybe it'll get better as it runs, but
Things are going.
everything's all just kind of, yeah. I gotta go through the menus. There's probably also a firmware update for this TV. So,
That would...
video input, component input, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, HDMI 3. And
The match made in mayhem. See why he gets timeout? This offer is not available.
alright, so it works. That's what we want. So that'll conclude this video. It worked when we got it, but it had power supply problems, hit by lightning. Almost 100% sure. So both filter caps and a resistor replaced. No more noise. Good to go. Catch y'all in the next one.